everyone. Welcome to the 420 Smoke Room. Today, our guest is Brande Patrice. She is a well known artist and author. Hi, Brande. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing fine. Thank you so much for having me in the 420 room.
Thank you
I'm
so much for
excited.
coming. I'm excited to have you. So, for those of you who don't know Brande already, we also worked together on KM 420 Radio in the past. She's been a pleasant person to work with, and we've developed a good friendship, I would say, through that.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, so this show is going to be a little bit different because she is not really a cannabis user. So this isn't going to be like a full cannabis related, but it's definitely going to be a good show. I would like to kind of go over her history of how she's gotten where she is in the music industry, some of the things that inspired her. She's written a really good child's book. So this is going to be a good show. Definitely stay tuned for those of you who, are into those type of things. Yeah. So Brande, how old are you and where do you live?
Well, you know, no, I'll tell you how old I am.
Okay, you don't have to say okay. I always start with that so people kind of get like a timeline of like how you got and how long it took. But you can
Yeah,
leave that. Some women don't like to answer that.
I know, right?
Right,
But
right.
yes, but I am from Memphis, Tennessee. I got started with my career as a performer when I was like around three. I would say 3 or 4 years old because I was in daycare, so I was, mature enough to do that and go to school at the age of 3 and 4. And I started dancing like just at home, like any other kid. Started dancing, and by the time I became 5, I joined the Ice Capades, and I became a first place gold medalist in ice skating when I was 5 and 6.
Ooh,
So
congratulations and
I know,
first
right?
place.
I was dedicated. Look, I was in it. And then when by the time I got to the first grade, I became a majorette. And a majorette was a real big thing back in the day. It still is a little bit today. But it was a big thing to do because all the girls love to dance and all the boys love seeing the girls dance. So that was a good move on my behalf. My mom, she was like, "You sure you want to leave ice skating for this?" And I was like, "Yes, I want to leave ice skating for this." And I've been dancing ever since, and adopted the whole majorette mentality, lifestyle. I have committed my whole life into being a majorette. And that's what you were speaking on earlier when you said my book. It is a majorette book on titled I Want to Be a Majorette. And I just came out with it last month. Well, actually, February, early February, kind of end of January. It was like a little in between because I had to go back and forth with it. So it's a whole book dedicated to my childhood of wanting to become a majorette, and it is a children's book, so it is illustrated with pictures and nice colors and things of that nature. So that's pretty much how I got started performing, especially when it comes to dancing.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the dance sector. But then as a child, singing, I always was singing and preaching on the porch. I
Hmm.
don't know why I was preaching. I don't know. But my mom knew that that's all I used to do was sing around and preach around. So, but I was real shy though. That's the crazy part. I would dance all day, but I was real shy when it came to singing and doing music. I mean, you couldn't squeeze a note out of me. It was just hard. But as long it was, my mom fussed at me for years and years. She got on my case for years till I was grown. She would fuss at me for not wanting to sing like a solo, but I was singing the choirs and stuff, but not a solo. Mm-mm. And then from that point, I did a lot of theater and things of that nature. People would look at my performances and stuff like that until I was a theater kid and things of that nature. So yeah, that's pretty much like how my early life was as far as coming into dance and music.
Okay. So in like junior high and stuff like that, you obviously continued in high school.
Yes, I continued dance more so than music. I was still a majoring captain every school I went to except for high school because in my senior year I stopped dancing for the school and got into television. And I became a television producer and co-host for UPN. I don't know if people know what that is, but the UPN was what the CW is now. So yeah, that's one like a basic channel type of situation. Or WGN, if you ever heard of that. So yes, I did that as a senior in high school, second national for speaking, and that was in Chicago. And yeah, I've done so much that has contributed to my career and my life. And yeah, I mean, I've done so much. I can go all day, especially on my child.
You're
My
like, yeah.
child
It
is,
sounds like you were just born right into it, and you just picked up her and ran with it since
yeah,
day one. Like,
I was.
so is
I
it in
really
your
was.
blood? Like, did your mother, father,
Yes.
grandma?
Well, no, well, my mom, she's not a singer by any means.
You're like, no, no,
Now, she
no.
can dance, like dance is in her heart. My
Okay.
father, he's an entrepreneur. That's where I get my entrepreneurial spirit from. He's a jack of all trades. I'm a jack of all trades. I can almost do anything under the sun, really, which is kind of scary, but it's true. So I took that entrepreneurial spirit from him, and I took her dance and her ability to get things done. I took those strengths like that from her. And but my grandmother, my aunt, they were majorettes. They was into that. My grandmother's brother and all of them, they were singers. They're actually legends here in the city of Memphis. They're called the Temprees. They're like Isaac Hayes. They're within stats and all of that. So it's family. It's in my blood. I mean, it
Yeah.
hit my mom and them, and it hit me.
I mean, sometimes they do gotta skip a generation every now and then.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
if I was the other kids, they probably wouldn't have no talent, no display.
No, but have you ever noticed when patterns like that skip a generation, the generation that it hits next gets it like twice, like, as if they got like the generation it skipped and what you were supposed to get, like you get double the
Ooh, yeah,
yeah, like that's what I've always noticed. The person right after the skip of the generation always has, like, if it's a disease, it's like way worse. If it's a gift, it's way better. But like it's always more of abundantly.
yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
yes, that's most definitely. I feel like I got the double, the triple, the quadruple
Yeah,
of
you are,
talent
because
and gifts.
you are a one woman shop. Like between your editing and
Yeah,
producing skills, and you know how to
yeah,
record, like you know how to do everything. Like you said, there you're the jack of all trade. On anything that
yeah,
you put your hands on, even your baddest bee
yeah.
cookies.
Yes, it's really like that, and I know a lot of people come to me for assistance, to help, even just me put my hands on what they're doing. Because normally, once I touch it, look at it, it's gonna go. Like it's weird. I don't know, but it happens like that.
Yeah, I definitely got that vibe with you when we were working together, because like your connection to things, and you have a good order of operation, and you're very focused and dedicated to whatever it is you do put your hands involved in. So I definitely see why that happens,
Oh
for
yeah,
sure, because you look at things in a different power and level. Kind of, I feel like how I look
I
at
do.
things. I
I
feel like
do.
we have a lot in common, like the way we analyze and the way that we can both
Uh-huh.
do a lot of different things.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people I deal with the work. Actually, I met a lady the other day, and I was saying, you are so straight by the book, you know, and I don't live in a life where it's straight by the book. Like I do what's right, but it don't mean I'm doing what's in order or what the book is actually telling me to do. I do a lot of things based on my experiences that I have had, and I go forth like that. So I don't go by the book because life is not by the book.
No, it never
There is no
is.
book. So I tend to deal with people. When people deal with me, they know I'm very optimistic, and I don't necessarily believe in black and white as far as paper and rules are concerned. So I do everything by what I've experienced, what I feel. If I feel it, we're gonna do it because if I feel it, it's real. So it's like this is it. This is the thing we need to do. So yeah, I'm not a straight black and white type of person. If that makes sense.
No, but that's where the creative artist is in you as
Mm,
well. Like there is no, with art too, you can't just do anything by the book. It's a
yeah.
passion, and it's like once I see it, I can unfold it or make that vision a
Right.
reality.
Right.
And I kind of already know the map to get there based on my own experiences, and oh, I've done this before, failed there, so I know now how to do this the right way. Like,
That's right.
you
That's
know what
right.
I
That's
mean?
so right.
So you've
So
been through
yeah.
a lot with your trials and tribulations in your career, that I could see your experience and knowledge in this game would definitely be very valuable.
Oh yes, most definitely. And I love the fact that I'm outgoing to that certain extent because sometimes people may look at something and say, Brandy, this is impossible. I don't see how this is going to happen from this. And I love those experiences because those are my challenges. And that's when, like, no, we're going to win at this because I'm here. Like, to that extent to trust me enough to bring their ideas and I make them happen. Like we're gonna make it go. And that's a good thing to see people, dreams become reality and the things that other people told them no is like, no, we can do this. Yes, it's a yes there. So yes, I'm very happy about that.
Yes, and those are more rewarding because I feel like if it ain't
Yeah.
hard to do, then everybody would do it. So it's gonna have a better
Mm-hmm.
reward to do. And
Yes.
if you just ride this hardness out, it'll be okay. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Most definitely. Most
So
definitely.
where is your book sold? Like, where if I wanted to buy it or like the audience was interested in this book,
Okay.
where is it
Um,
sold?
the book is online. It's on brandepatrice.com. I did not want to put it on Apple or Amazon. It is being sold right on my website through this company called Blurb. And I chose to do that is because I wanted to first and foremost give Blurb the support and give them the marketing they deserve. They deserve because I didn't have to do that much to even get the book. So I just really designed it, wrote it, and they are gonna distribute it. So I mean that's a plus. I won with that. So you can go to brandepatrice.com. That's BrandePatrice.com, and then you'll go right onto the twirling page, and it's right there. It's called "I Want to Be a Majorette," and it is a girl. She's an African American, and that's what I am. I'm an African American, and that's my story. And I didn't go deep into the story. It's just a very vague point, straight to the point, very cute and colorful, fun type of book. I didn't hit on the points that, like as if I was writing a novel or anything.
Right, because it's for the
It's
children,
a
anyways.
fun,
It's
it's
not
a
really
children's
like
book.
an adult book,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, it's for the
Yeah,
children. So it's going to
it's
be
just for
something
your
that's
child.
easy for them to keep up with and understand the
Yes,
point.
yes,
So,
it's not deep.
what was your inspiration for this, and who are you actually trying to target with the book sales? Like, I know children, but
Okay.
what Pacific children, and what's your motive of the story or the reason behind it?
Okay, so my reason in writing it was because that was the most precious time in my life. A lot of people don't understand that if I had not went to school and seen that flyer and took it home to my mom and was like, Mom, I want to do this, I would not be here today doing what I'm doing now. I do not believe that I will be here right here doing what I'm doing right now, being on this interview. I really believe in my heart of hearts that that experience transformed my entire life. Because that allowed me to, for one, being an only child, it brought me around other girls. I developed sisterhood. I learned what it was like to share my toys. Now I have friends to come and have slumber parties. All
Mm-hmm.
of that, learning people, like all of that has taught me how to think on my feet, to learn things quickly without having to rehearse so much. Like it stepped my learning curve up a lot. So I was a straight A student. Like very just smart, genius level almost to a certain degree. But all that happened just because of that one little move. That one move that I had, and that was becoming a majorette. So I just really wanted to share that experience with everyone, and especially kids that's like me. I grew up right in South Memphis. That's the hood, of Memphis. Really, all of Memphis is a hood, really, if you ask me. but
I'm in the heart of it, is what you're saying.
yes, yes, in the heart of Memphis, South Memphis. I grew up right there, so a lot of dreams were probably deferred and from gang banging and all this other stuff that was going on during that time, and still today, but really prevalent in the 90s.
Right.
But
Plus, not only that, but the schools used to offer, like you said, you started in school, and now schools aren't offering the same services.
they're
So
not,
you're
they're
not,
not.
there's really no way for us to want to have that dream like you were able to obtain it by getting that experience unless we like read a book and see it and be like, I want to do that. And now we go find a class, and normally it is
Yeah,
out of our district because the classes like that aren't held in the hood. So at this
right.
point in
And it's
time,
not really a class. It's really was an after school activity. And they still do it now. They still have it. Especially here in Memphis, they still have it because it's almost like traditional. You can't live without it.
okay.
So, but girls are now so social media. They don't care about programs like that anymore. But I still feel there may be some girls out there that still it's a career.
It is.
It's a real career because I am a certified baton twirler for the United States, and that's a job. That's a job.
Give you your applaud, by the way. I was waiting
Thank
for you
you.
to mention that. And I'm waiting for you to mention the amount of instruments you can also work, but we'll
Yeah,
get there because, like, when
yeah,
she says she's the jack of all trades, let me just tell you, she is not lying, okay? She is the queen of jack of all trades. Okay, this girl can like play the piano, guitar thing,
yeah,
twirl a baton, sing and dance at the same time. Like I've
yeah.
done seen it. I'm like, you actually been real inspirational because even now with the generation that we've come from and grown, there aren't still as many adults that are in the entertainment industry still utilizing those skills that you have, and you make it look
Right.
effortlessly. Although I do see you practicing on your lives and it's not
Yeah.
effortlessly, let me just put that it's
Right.
not, but she makes it look like it's just, oh, flip the baton here, throw it here, bend over backwards, catch it, hey, howdy, and sing and dancing. And I'm just like, dang. And then you're not like super super tiny, but you're not big either, but
Hmm.
you're a
Right.
good appropriate size, but you're not super petite where you're like it's just easy to flip her over and throw this girl around. Like there's a lot of work to it, and I definitely see you work your ass off, and you are still like as if you were just yesterday in those programs, like brought me back to
Right.
childhood because I haven't danced or been in cheer since ninth or 10th grade. Like I don't even know how many
Yeah.
years ago that was, but you are an inspiration, and I definitely think your book is going to be a true inspiration to the next generation because lots of times like that's how we get our dreams, like you said, that flyer,
Oh yeah.
that word of mouth, putting it out there, and the fact that it's in beautiful coloring, and it's the art in the book is like for the kids. It's very, it draws you
For the
in.
kids.
Yeah, at first, I'll
Yes.
be honest, when you shared your book, I knew you had been writing a book, but when you shared the book, I didn't know that that was the book. But I seen the book, and I was like looking at the colors and the pictures, and that's what drew me in. I was like, oh my God, it made me think of you because you're Patana. I'm like, I swear to God, that's Brandy. I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
girl, this is her motherfucking book. And I'm like, no wonder
Yeah.
why. I was like, bitch, that is her. Hello. So I'm like,
Yeah.
dude. But it did really remind me of you when I seen the
Yeah.
book without even putting two and two together until I had done so. Now, like I said, I'm a stoner and I'm a true stoner. So most of the
Yeah.
time when I'm swerving through this rabbit hole on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or wherever I'm at, like I do forget like what I'm looking or who I'm looking at or whose profile, but I'm just looking constantly. I'm nosy.
Yeah.
But it's like I came across this book and I'm like, oh my God, I want to show this to Brandy, and I'm, oh bitch, Brandy posted it. That's Brandy's book. I'm like, damn it. But it was nice, and that's an inspiration because I was so like, oh my God, I want to show her. And I know that when other people see that and they know other people in the same industry, they're gonna want to show them the book. They're gonna want to show their kids who are in class that look, you can do it too.
Yeah.
And as an adult, the fact that you're still able to do a career out of this, like I'm amazed, and you're do so good at it. Like it's an inspiration. I want others to do what you're doing because nowadays people hop in this music industry and they can sing but they can't dance, they can't this, they can't that.
Yeah.
They don't know how to record, they don't know how to do, they don't even know how to be on time.
Right. Oh yes.
so,
Yes. They don't do
so
that.
it's like you are a full package, and I commend you. I just want to like put all that out there for everybody who
Thank
doesn't
you.
know. They definitely need to tune in and check you out. So what are some of your song names, and like are you listed on Spotify, iHeart? Like where can we find you?
Yes. I'm everywhere. I am everywhere as far as digital music is concerned.
Whoop,
I'm
whoop.
on Apple, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube. I mean, you name it, Rhapsody. And I'm everywhere. Deezer, it's everywhere. And some of my latest, like my top songs right now, are Majorette, which is number one right now. The Majorette remix, and then it goes into like my Shake Jump Walk, my Murder Dress, and most music that I make is up tempo music. I do sing R&B as well, but my up tempos are like those are my heartbeats. Like that, those are my heart right there. Those fast songs, my dance music, music I can twirl to or get people out, on their feet. Like those are my top songs. If you go onto Apple, you'll see all the top songs there. All my albums are there. Oh my goodness, I have so much going on. So
Yes, you
much
just
going on.
released a new album or song. I seen. I don't know which one of if it was a whole album or just a song.
Well, I just came out with the B Academy again. I did a second release. I had the first one is the B Academy, a ghetto high school musical, and then I came out with the B Academy, the yearbook edition. And basically, the I did not plan this. This was like very spontaneous because my music got taken down off of Instagram. So what I had to do was go back into the music, make it to fit the criteria of Instagram, and I redistributed the music again, and I called it the Academy, the Yearbook Edition. So it's not the full album, but it is 9 songs from the Ghetto High School Musical that were appropriate and fitting and fit the guidelines of Instagram. So
Okay.
that's
That
like
makes
it.
sense though. I mean, and these dang guidelines on like these social medias, it's so hard because it's like one platform says we can say whatever the hell we want and another platform
Right.
says no. So how do we
Mm-hmm.
universally push the same thing, you know? So
Yeah.
that is a really good idea though that you came up with that as an idea and a plan because it sucks completely just taking it off and not having it at all. So at least you're able to give your
Right.
fans a taste of what it is, and if they want the
Right.
the cut version or uncut version, check out over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Or
like that.
Spotify and Apple. Because even TikTok, I was doing very good. I had people, I didn't even know these people. They were TikToking to my music. I mean, it was crazy. I would get notifications. I'm like, cut up, we doing good. And then all of a sudden, they pulled the music from TikTok, like all the social media,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. They took all of it off. And I'm like, oh my God, I am losing here because I had all these people TikToking to my music.
Did
And
you
now it's
use
gone.
DistroKid or what was your
Well,
distro?
I used CD Baby. It was not CD Baby's thing. The problem was the music. Some of the music that I did, it was so similar to other things. That's what they say. But I think I had a hater. I think somebody was reporting something because I was getting
What
quite a
how
few
social
hits.
media works is once you get to a certain number, the system flags you as being hot, so they start
Mm-hmm.
looking and watching, and if they're unable to decipher whether it's original content or not or who.
Uh huh.
So if you're distroing it by yourself without a third party distro, then you're technically not verified. Like I can record me right now playing the music and doing what we're doing and then push it, but I don't actually own the rights to your music. You do.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't
Right.
actually qualify. So if you push it through DistroKid though, you get your own copyrighted version of that, like a re-edition, like what you're discussing, and you can push it. So I think it's and they get a cut. They're not getting paid, and that's the problem. That you're getting too hot, and they're not getting a cut. So if you push it through DistroKid, you just may be able to put all the original content as well back up, but now give them their cut, if that makes sense, market wise.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. But like I just went on and just took the songs that were
Yeah, well, in
good.
the future, like when you put stuff or they
Yeah.
flag it, it's how you're possibly distroing it because when you distro it through DistroKid, it gives you your own authentic rights, copyright versions, and all of that, so they can't block you. You're not. They don't have the option because they pay as well. They have a contract with DistroKid to allow
Oh, okay.
because you're like a paid. You're a paid for service now,
Right.
and
Okay.
yeah, so they're getting a cut. Like everyone's gonna make money here, type of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all about the money and the Benjamins, and then they start hating because they ain't getting it, and you're about to. And I don't want to have to give
But
it to
they
you.
do get paid. I think they get like 15% of my sales and things of that nature with CD Baby.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
what
So they
I.
might be. Maybe their contract with them is different because I do know that everyone
Uh huh.
renewed, and a lot of people like I had to go through some similar stuff with some of mine. In January, I might sprinkle some love with a cause show, like the issues I was having. But anyways,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So at this point, I want to ask you about your instruments, girl. You play a
Mhm.
few different things I've noticed. So let's kind of tell the audience a little bit about what instruments you play and how you incorporate them into
Okay.
your music.
Okay. Well, I do play the guitar. It wasn't always a guitar. I used to have a like a little MIDI board, and I would try to plug in the MIDI board and use it like a guitar when I produce my music because I do produce my own music. So, but now I have incorporated the guitar in my shows, and people will not let me not perform without it. They're like, when they're booking, they're saying, please bring the guitar. I'm like, really? Okay. So, so it's a must in every show. Actually, I have a show tomorrow, actually. And it's a must in every show. Now, I do play the drums, but I have not played drums yet in the show. I am thinking about getting me a drum set to start adding to the show because I do played the drums, just have not played. I do play the piano. I'm looking to give me a grand soon, maybe in a month or so. Here. So I'm very musically inclined. When it comes to music, I do read music. So I'm not one that play by ear, but I can play by ear. But I'm one that most so reads music and then I play. So that's
Okay.
pretty much how it goes on the instruments. And then I'm a vocalist, so sometimes I'm using my vocals as an instrument. So that's hey,
Yeah, like I said, the jack of all trades.
oh yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot with me, but
But it's
it's normal for me.
yeah, it all comes together nicely though. Like when you're, when you do these live performances with that keytar, it's just amazing. Like to see you working it. Honestly, it's been like I don't even know how many generations ago somebody actually played that like was in live entertainment music and live like performing regularly live. It's very hard, which is why people don't like it's not
Right.
their thing. And the fact that you do, I really think makes you a lot more original and it's becoming more of a signature thing. That and your
Right.
baton, like the way you twirl that thing.
Yes, it's a signature thing, like the twirling. Like sometimes, like, oh, I wish I didn't have to twirl in the show, but I have graduated now to a point where I don't have to twirl in my shows anymore. So I'm like, yes, I don't have to twirl if I don't want to. Yes, but when it comes to that guitar, because I developed and got that guitar during COVID, when we was in the pandemic. So that's when I really started honing those skills. I had the skills, but I started perfecting them during the pandemic. So by the time we got out of it, I was ready to roll and perform with it. So yeah,
You've only had it that like short of a time. I would have swore you've been playing that thing since you was a kid.
no, I knew how to play the piano since I was a kid. And then when I got like into college, I was doing like the pitch bending and stuff like that with the piano, and that's basically like what a guitar is. But then during pandemic, I was like, man, I need something. I can't do this anymore. So and I saw the guitar, and I had to choose the best one, the best brand, the best one. So I got a Rolling Axe Edge, and then from there it was history because I was like, this is what I've been trying to do for so long, and I finally got the right instrument to do it with, and it's easy. Like it's simple. It's natural.
It
It's
comes to
natural.
you easy, but
Yeah.
not
So
I. No.
yeah, and that's because I just been doing it the ghetto way for so long.
Right, so you was doing it the hard way. You feel like forever that this is nowhere near hard compared to what my
No,
life once was.
no,
Like
it's
once
nowhere near
was.
hard.
I had to hold the
No.
piano, hold the guitar, hold this, hold that. Like
Yeah, see, that's what I was doing at first. I was holding my little MIDI board, trying to hold on to the piano and do the pitch bending with the left hand, and trying to hold and play with the right hand. And then when I found out there was a thing that I could just have a strap on around my neck and just do it all, I was like, yes, this is it. I was like, this is it. I'm staying.
you were in love at first sight.
It was. It was. And when it came in the mail, my folks was like, Brenda, what is this big old thing here? And I was like, it's called a guitar. Don't nobody bother me. Look,
Well, I'm
what's wrong?
excited about it because
Oh,
it,
yeah.
it fits you perfectly, and it's definitely become something that people are recognizing and
Oh,
recognizing
yeah.
you for. And your voice is phenomenal with it. Don't let me like downplay your voice in any way because I definitely feel like you've got your voice. You can sing, like you can sing. You can rap. You can you can play rock. I feel like heavy metal, like whatever
Oh,
it
yeah.
is with the voice as well. You're the jack of all trades on that, and just even singing, hearing you sing a cappella, you're amazing. Like you don't even need no auto tunes.
But thank you. I'm kind of glad of it too. Even though I do like a little auto tune sometimes, like 'cause it's fun. But in the studio they not playing it. In the studio, like we're not putting no auto tune on this. We're not gonna mess it up. And I'm like, man, but I love the auto tune because I love Lil Wayne. Like when Lil Wayne came with the auto tune, like I was in love. I was like, this is everything in life. Like I just want a little Lil Wayne on the track, like. Cause like I love that. I love Lil Wayne when he was heavily into the auto tune like that. I loved it.
Maybe a
But
pinch like at the end of it, like or the intro, or like just,
yeah,
but not like a chorus,
yeah,
because
yeah.
you got a
But
voice.
I get what they're saying because they're like, no break.
Well, yeah, but you're downplaying your own voice because if you got it, it's like having it like
Yeah.
Whitney, and then you want to go into Bobby.
Right. Right. And but sometimes I get what they're saying, and I normally let them have their way. I don't really take full control when I'm in the studio. Not like a lot of people think. I do have a lot of opinions. I take a lot of critiques in the studio, and 9 times out of 10, all those ideas and stuff that people are telling me to do, those are really people that's guiding me in the studio and things of that nature. Because like once I write the song, I'm done. Now, if you want to tell me how to sing, come on, tell me what you want me to sing. But for the most part, after I'm writing and I've done the beat making, the production, I'm pretty much done at that point.
So
But
you write your own songs as well. I didn't know that. Let's tell
yes,
the audience about that. So you also
yes,
write your own
yes, I write my
songs.
own
Like,
songs. I produce my own beats and music. So yes, I start from beginning to end.
whoop
So
whoop. That's what
yeah.
I'm talking about. See?
Choreography. I make up the dance choreography for the shows, the light. I mean, it's the whole thing. Like if it's lighting, I'm a light tech as well on the side for other companies and things of that nature. So I do the same thing for my business when I perform. I tell the light tech what I want on this drop change here.
Yes,
So
I
you
seen
know,
you setting up for the state fair this past year when you were performing for them,
yes.
and that was a major accomplishment. And you did fabulous. Like
Thank
it
you.
was beautiful, and the way you rocked out, I was like boom. And then every time, I don't know who recorded, but they got some really good angles. I was sharing your videos left and right because I am
Yes.
so far from you. I don't get to see you in person. Work your
Yes.
magic.
Yes,
But
it was good. I got invited back to this year, and then actually I got invited to 5 more fairs across the country to
so
perform
are we
as
looking at a
one of
tour?
the. I know, right? I'm like, Lord, but
I mean, because
I
while we're
have
over here
some
state
else.
fairing, we can like hit up a weekend gig here and there. No, no.
No, because the first one is the Blood City Fair. Now that one I cannot wait for. That's gonna be here in Memphis, and then I know it's one in Atlanta. I think one is in Alabama, and then we have another fair that comes back here to Memphis. So I'm just geeked, and then I think I'll be down in Mississippi quite a bit this year, which I never go to Mississippi for performances or anything like that. And I think this year I'm gonna have quite a few. So like
So
I'm
you're
spreading
expanding
things
on
out.
your live performances further out. So where would you
Yeah.
normally perform for the audience who is new to you? Where do you normally like what city and not like specific locations because you've performed so much, but like what city or states is your normal or county?
My normal go to is Miami. Um, really Miami. Miami is my normal go to in Houston. Houston, Texas, and Miami, Florida. Those are like my homes. Those are like well, I've never lived in Miami, but the way they respond to me when I go down there is like this is my other home, y'all. Like for real. But those two places are my go to places.
Okay.
Miami and Houston. If I just didn't know what I was gonna do, I know Miami is one, and I know Houston.
Right.
So
So I got two guaranteed like, places
yeah,
I can get gigs around the clock and I'll
yeah,
be okay.
yes, yes.
Yeah. So can we hear a little bit of your music? Do you have a couple songs or a song or two
Sure,
that you want to like share with us and let us, vibe and see like what it's like?
sure. Well, the first song I know I can most definitely do is Majorette. It is the Majorette remix. I don't know if I have to play it clean or whatever have you, but I do have both versions, which you can find out on social media. Not on social media. You can find out on all digital platforms. So I will play the Majorette song because that's the one that's the number one hit. It's been on the radio here in Memphis as well. So hope
Whoop
you
whoop.
enjoy. Y'all better act like y'all know. Here we go. Working for a tip. Don't get down there. The flow jumping in the sleep. Where my trophy at, bitch? Make the race, put your hands on your hips. On your hair like you working for a tip. Don't get down there. The flow jumping in the sleep. Where my trophy at, bitch? What's in the temporary like you don't cover me? You must not be around here. I'm the first one that you gotta see. Dance, don't stunt. Got them chicks so high, my bitches call me the blood high. Smoke in the building. Don't put out my fire. I'm looking for a reason. Why? Call me out on the gram, tag along, switch, cause she'll never be round. I'm a swag. I'm on the soul, oh, it came with a crown. She don't want no problems, don't take it personal, bitch. I came to solve them. Put your hands in your hips. So you act like you working for a tip. Look it down there, hit the flow, drop it in the split. When I trophy at bitch, make the waist, put your hands in your hips. So you act like you working for a tip. Look it down there, hit the flow, drop it in the split. When I trophy at bitch, just a dirty asshole. This shit though, I'm looking like a bankroll. And when I told her that bitch, she love it like a star. When I'm cold, when I'm bitch, too much ice on my wrist, I hold her. When my bitch at the buzzer, I go switch. I could never hit this. Why your man take a pic with the bad so he gets hey, can you get this cake? And I'm out cause I'm rich. I'm so ghetto and I'm filthy with my trophy. Yeah, I wanna celebrate. Nigga, where the pros is at? Nigga, I'm the cake mix where the frosting at. It's a comedy cut back like spades to black. You don't know my possibility. Don't come in my vicinity. I mean it like you believe it's energy. Up and away. Money every day. Slaves for a haters hate. Bitch, I'm getting paid. Put your hands in your hips. So you act like you working for a tip. Look it down there. Hit the flow. Drop it in the split. When I trophy at bitch. Make your waist. Put your hands in your hips. So you act like you working for a tip. Look it down there. Hit the flow. Drop it in the split. When I trophy at bitch. They always wanna cheat us, huh? It's a business, huh? Yes, okay, so that's Majorette.
I like it. Where's my trophy at?
Right, where's my trophy at? Ain't no trophy for this. Like Drake said, there ain't no award for this. Look.
It will be in time.
Yes, it is an award. Look, I need to claim that.
Yes, it is coming. It is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it, and for sure, like I really like the vibe, like the whole beat and tone together. Like it's got makes me want to dance.
Yeah, it's just like it's a dance. I feel more of a battle type of feeling because the way I comment on it, very aggressive, but not it's about Majorette and being dancing and making sure people respect me for that. Don't forget I'm the mother of this, so it's just kind of like a whole respect type of situation. Yeah.
I like it. I do. I definitely do. It feels like a bar or club. Like I could dance to it at the bar or club too. Like it has a multiple vibe. And it kind of gave me a little bit of, when you're talking about flipping your hair, like you working it. Made me think of a stripper for a moment.
I know, right? But hey, I make music for anybody. I don't care what you do. I make music for everybody.
Yeah.
All my songs are for somebody, something.
Yeah, so it gave me several. Like it could be played in the bar, it could be played in the clubs, it could be played in the strip club, it could be played pretty much universally across the map. From rock to rap.
Oh yeah, I do a little rock too, so I might play one of my rock songs on this.
I definitely want you to because I have Johnny Oz coming on soon, or Johnny Oz, and I definitely think the two of you should link up.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I seen his page. I actually followed him, and I was like, oh yeah, he's the one. He's
him and you. Like, I'm telling you, once you guys link, and he's all over Miami.
Oh wow, yeah, man. Oh yeah. Because I love Miami. Like, when I go to Club 7, I'm pretty sure if you hear this interview, he'll know what Miami Live is. He'll know Club 7. And then he'll also know, he might know who Lil Red is, who do the promotions and stuff down there. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure if he's down there like I'm down there, he knows everything I'm talking about.
He down there. And he just actually today flew out to L.A. To handle some business. He travels for his stuff, too. So yeah, he go all over. He's getting real big. He's just finally got verified and all that. He's got I want to say on Instagram about like 200,000 followers or something like that.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So definitely. So let's hear your next song that you think. What's your second favorite? Like I know the first one that's number one. What's your first or second if it wasn't the first one that we played? What's your?
Well, that is my.
I kind of figured it would be your favorite too because it's number one.
Track of the new Brande Patrice, like that is one of my favorites. But I also have another one called Bougie Nasty that I like, and Who's the Baddest? Oh my God, Who's the Baddest is like my theme song every time I get in the car. Like
that's the one that I got like really hooked into with you on is Who's the Baddest, and then when you had them Baddest Bee cookies, it was like, oh, it's gotta be her.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah.
everybody loves the intro. Like they just like bring you crazy because they forget that I'm an actress as well. Like I'm a comedian. You know, most of my music is funny. If people actually listen to the fullness thereof of the project, they're like, "Girl, you are really funny. Like, so you are here doing comedy. This is not music. This is comedy."
That's what I like. Like I said, you mix of it's a mixture of everything all in one. It's
But yeah,
you. It's all of you.
yeah,
So-
but I'll play. I think I want to play the sex for this because sex for this, that's a whole nother thing within itself. About being sexy and confident. It's a word I came up with. I made it up. So you know,
yeah, I want to hear that. I want to see the sexy side of
yeah.
Brandy. I don't think I've ever looked at you. I mean, I'm not saying you're not sexy because you are, but I don't think I've ever looked at you in that particular way. So I want to hear these lyrics.
It's more rock. Yeah, it's more rock
Ooh.
going on. Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, hold on. Let me get it all turned back up because I think I had it turned down.
Shut the fuck up. I like that. It's got a twist to it. It kind of feels like
Yeah.
forceful, like again, like kind of like that last one where you got like that sassiness to it within too. I like it. Definitely together, it's a good combo.
It's like they told me it's like Linkin Park and Jay Z. There was like you mix the rap and the rock and the it's more like a EDM. Like it's electric. It's like electronic. Like it's a mixture. It's just a mix. It's like a mixture of things going on here.
Yeah, I do, and I like that. It's sorry, my dogs are going crazy. Shut up. It's kind of it's kind of like not Cash Doll per se, but you know how she's got that "I'm gonna come for you" tone, and like how Nicki
Oh yeah,
Minaj sometimes has that "come for you" shit. Cardi B
yeah.
sometimes does it too. Those
Oh
three,
yeah,
but like it kind of gave me a little bit of like that "off with your head" vibe. Like I'm gonna fuck you
yeah.
up, but I like
Oh
it.
yeah.
That's what you.
Oh yeah.
That's what I like
Thank
it. I do.
you.
I
Thank
can
you.
feel it.
Thank you very much. Like, yeah, I do it all. Like, I do whatever I feel. I'm not an artist that's in a box. Like, if I want to make a classical song, I'm gonna make one. If I want to make something that's metal, I'm gonna make it. If I want to make the blues, I'm gonna do it. Like, I do whatever I want to do.
The other day when you were live, and I think you were singing the blues. I don't know what
Mhm.
song you were singing because I actually don't know the song. But the way you were
Mhm.
singing it, I was so intrigued. I was just like, wow. And it was a cappella. You could really
Mhm.
hear the definition in your voice. And it really reminded me of a Whitney Houston vibe. Or
Mhm.
like you just had that down south southern good
Yeah.
tone. Like, I don't know if you ever made a song with that type of tone or beat, but I was like in heaven.
Oh wow, I might need to do that. Like, I probably do have something, but I can't think right
Now,
now.
imagine that tone and sound with a panty dropping song.
Oh yeah, that'll be everything. That'll
Hmm.
be everything.
Maybe that's what's next, y'all.
Right.
Who
Get it
knows?
together. Like Brandy, I need you to get it together. Get it together
Yeah,
now.
we need some good love making songs from a girl's perspective.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's what I
most
haven't
definitely.
heard. Like I've heard Usher break it down. I've heard R. Kelly. I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
I need some Brande Patrice. Give it to me. Shit.
Okay. Yeah, I do have an album called A Pink Cadillac Dreams. And that is like my love album to a certain extent, but it talks about loving a guy, pushing it to the limit, it's called Love Me Better, but then I also have songs on there called Touch, where
Yeah.
people may think I was talking about Touch My Body, but it's more about a guy I was dating and the way he touched my spirit,
Okay.
how I wanted to fight for him. I wanted to take his battles and make them my own just so he can have an easier life. Like it's just so much. Oh my goodness, it's just so much on that album. Oh my god, and even I have a song of me begging the guy not to leave. Like don't unpack your drawer, please stay. The things
Yeah.
women don't want. We don't want nobody to know we was begging a man to stay. But that's something I feel comfortable singing about because I know a lot of women won't acknowledge
Acknowledge
that.
it.
Yeah, they were like, nah, he could go, honey. He could get out of here. Nah, you was begging and crying on your knees, crying. That's the
And that's on
that's
your Pink Cadillac album?
yeah, that's the Pink Cadillac Dreams. Yeah.
Dreams is the name of the song?
The name of the song, that particular song is called You, like the letter U. And that's one of my favorite songs on there. But Love Me Better and Rick James Cocaine, all those songs are on that album. So that's
Mm.
that's like my love album. Oh, and I cannot do a show without doing Rick James Cocaine. They will be mad if I walk off a stage and do not do Rick James Cocaine. They are not having it. It's not going down.
So should
They
I
got.
be the same way? No, no.
I know. I'm used to it. I'm getting used to it. It's like nobody cares about the bad beat. You better play the Rick James
It's
Cocaine.
sex,
And
drugs, or alcohol. Which one?
it's the drugs. It's like they want that. Like they just cannot get over. And I'm not necessarily talking about the actual drug cocaine, but cocaine is an addiction, and that he is that. And the fact that I'm referring to Rick James is because I am a Rick James fan. Like his daughter came on my live one day while I was playing Rick James Cocaine. I was so embarrassed. I didn't know whether she was gonna say, "Don't you play that," or whatever. She was like, "I loved it," and when Rick James' daughter approved of my song, it was over. It
Ah,
was
I know that
over.
must have been a monumental moment and a
It
very hard moment. Like,
was.
how did you not crash and fall on your face in the live? Because
I know.
I think I would have
I
put my foot in the
know.
mouth the moment she entered, and oh my god, we gotta end this now. No.
No, I didn't because when she came in, I think I was playing something else, and I was driving with the top down on the live, and I said, "Oh, let me go and play with Jess, okay?" And then
Oh, and you got that pink Cadillac. That song is not just a song. She owns a pink. Put that out. That's real life shit for you.
Yeah, that's real life. I ain't just posting that shit. I live it.
She didn't rent that car, y'all.
It's real in the field, but it was a pink.
So you're live in your pink convertible with playing your version of the Rick James. Oh Lord! Now that is a good story to tell. I wish I would have been like, I need to go back and look at that for that live.
Yes, I need to go find that live because it was Rick James' daughter. Because I know Farrah, she was like, she follows Rick James' daughter or whatever the case may be, and then it was tagged and she started sending out my live while I was there. She said, I hope she come in there, Brand. And lo and behold, that woman came in that live. I was like, oh my God. I was so like, cut on Rick James cocaine right now. Just put the thing on now, Brandy. Do it. I was so nervous.
Yes. But that was so smart. You're like, now it's the time. Play my song.
Right. Yes, I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I was so nervous because I'm like, that's her father's name in my song, and I'm referring to cocaine, the Rick James cocaine. Lord have mercy. And she loved it. I was like, oh my God, yes. I wish Rick James was here to hear this, but she's close enough.
Right, she is close enough. It counts. It counts.
Yes, it counts. Like,
it sure do.
That's a great.
So after that blessing, now when you perform that song, do you just feel a high energy of a bad bitch energy?
Oh yes. Like Rick James Cocaine, I have an extended version to Rick James Cocaine because of the people. I love Rick James Cocaine. Everybody say that's my life song. They're like, we love you rapping and dancing and twirling, but that Rick James Cocaine is some different, Brandy. And I know it is. I feel Rick James is probably like pushing that all for me. Like, thank you, Rick.
Yes, I definitely think that the universe aligns things, and there's no way she would have been aligned into your presently at that very moment while you were alive in your like doing the thing what you were doing while you were doing it. It was supposed to be, and it will be, and I guarantee you that later, in like 10 years, we're gonna be looking back at this live, and you still gonna be performing that song.
I am. I think that's the song that's gonna make it all the way to my grave, honey, because that song, like, people, they look. I didn't know what was so good about it. Now, I wrote the song. It took me 3 years to write it. I wrote the hook in 5 minutes, but it took me 3 additional years to write the verses because I'm like, I just can't say anything. I gotta figure out. I'm like, I just can't throw anything together.
Right. Especially because it's with Rick James, so you have to top and be on his. Like, be leveled up with him. You can't show up to the game with nothing beneath what he already performs and does. Especially with the title of the baddest bitch, because that would not work.
Right. So, that's like, you're right. You're so right.
3 years.
So right. And that's what happened. And that's the way it was. And I didn't even realize how powerful the song was. And I still didn't. And it's like now when I play that guitar, if it had not been for that guitar, that song, I feel, when I perform live, it wouldn't be the same. But the people loved it before that. But when I added that guitar...
That is what really is, like I'm telling you, that signature. That shit right there elevated you to another level because it's not, like, the normal. It's like seeing someone singing rap on a pogo stick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't see them... You don't see no one on a pogo stick out here talking about where the money at. No.
Right, exactly.
Like Rihanna, run me my bags on a pogo stick.
Right, exactly.
But like you out here doing it, and it's working for you, and the way your look is, and your vibe, and your tone. Nobody could just pull it off, which is why it hasn't been pulled off. It's not just a for anybody instrument, you know. Especially with your look and your outfits and your swag. Every time you perform, your outfit and your entire reminds me like of the whole Rick James, like the vibe, the way that he got down with the guitar on the stage. Like it's literally as if he had passed something to you. And I didn't even know nothing about that song, honestly, until this very moment. Because I've literally, The Baddest Bitch, your song, that's what really got me into you, like your music-wise. So I still haven't heard that song. So as soon as this live is over, I'm listening to that. That is my first. And I'm not going to let the audience hear it yet. I want them to come over there and follow you and listen to it over there. Because
most definitely.
It is something to listen to, and it's a long song.
Yeah, it's like 3 minutes and 47 seconds, but my shows are different. The song is like 6 minutes long when I'm live because, it goes there. People, that it can't end. It's like this is the song that never ends. This is the song they don't ever want to end. So you know, I just like
Yeah.
I'm adding on to it every day. Like I'm at every performance, I'm adding an extra minute because it's like Brandy, no, don't end the song. We don't want the judge to end. I'm like, okay, song will be 30 minutes. In a minute, we keep going, y'all. We ain't gonna make it to another track. We ain't gonna make it out this club. Like we
Right.
here all night on this one song, but I love it. I love that they love it. If they want to hear this one song all night, I don't care. I'm gonna play it all night long. Because if that's what they love, that's what I'm here for. And I love it too. I'm not going to lie. I live for it. I get to sing and holler and feel what I feel and just play to my heart is content. So I love it. I love
I
it.
love that you love it. So if you could leave some form of inspiration to the next artist that is fearful of adding that instrument that you're discussing, or any instrument really, or any going above and beyond that extra bubble or box that they're stuck in, like what type of advice would you give to other artists who are like stuck?
I would just say, first and foremost, do not be afraid. Oh my goodness. Whatever it is, do not be afraid. Like me, I tried to play the guitar. That wasn't for me. I lost every pick I had inside of it. But I didn't give up. And never think that you're not good enough to be that musical, to be that type of musician or artist or rapper, singer, whatever have you. Always know that you can go a step higher. And don't let anybody rush you into anything. I always do things on your time, no matter what's going on. If you're not comfortable doing something, just keep doing what you're doing until you get there. Because I can guarantee you and I can promise that timing is everything. And it's not really on your time. It's the universe. It's the way things flow. And just keep doing what you're doing, but don't get too comfortable in what you're doing. Always take another step forward and keep moving. And it takes working time and patience, but you can most definitely do it and be great as well.
I
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I say.
Yeah, that's it. So, who has been like your support system through all of this and helped encourage you when you kind of felt like this isn't gonna work?
Ooh, Lord, that's a hard one because I'm not one that comes from great support. I never had a real big support system, but back in my college days, I would have to say my twirling coach Doris Keener, she and her husband Kurt Keener were like some of the main people who, I mean, gave me a place to stay, let me remain a youth, even when I was an adult. They let me remain a child. I know that may sound weird, but I didn't have any big responsibilities. They allowed me to still be that student, and to get better in my craft. So I would most definitely have to say that that was my one of my greatest support systems ever in my whole career, like my whole life. And now I use that same motivation just to keep going on my own. And I just think of those times that keep me going. So people don't think I came from something that was special or something. I came from something that was like all about me. It wasn't. I rode the bus every day for about 7 years, and slept on the bus and had to get back up at 3 a.m. to live a regular life. So don't think that nothing came to me like a princess. No, I worked hard for it. I cried for it. I hurt for it. I bled for it. So I advise everybody to do the same, even if you don't have a support system like I did. I didn't have a whole system, but if you believe in yourself and don't give up, don't jump off the cliff. Like it's still hope. It's still everything is still for you. That's how I feel about that, and that was my support system.
Well, if you
Yeah.
could thank them, if they were perhaps listening, you never know.
Yes.
What
Oh,
would
they're gonna
you
be listening.
say? Oh, they're gonna
I
be
would just
listening.
say, oh my God. I would just say, oh my God, thank you for letting me live. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's not living at the age of 20, 23. They're living, but they're more surviving at that point. And I just want to thank them for allowing me to live, allowing me to grow and without struggle or force or stress. I just want to thank them for providing a home for me, providing dinner and food and shelter, Lord have mercy. I just want to thank them for allowing me to go to school and be a student without having the stress of work and overload life. And, and that's why a lot of times people think I'm a late bloomer to life, is because I actually lived in my 20s. I didn't survive my 20s. I lived in my 20s. So that's why, I just want to say thank you.
I like how you put that. I didn't survive. I lived, because I was a survivor in my 20s. I had already had two children and was on my own and was struggling knee high and whatever God was throwing me.
Oh yes, I'm in survival mode now.
Yes.
In my 30s, like I am 30.
But
so
no.
I'm in my 30s, so it's like.
But yeah, just to have that support though in your early 20s while in college is a life changing experience, like you said, and without having that, you wouldn't be able to dedicate that time to your craft. It'd be at flipping burgers somewhere. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Now, I did fried chicken somewhere,
You're like, I did fried chicken.
But, I love that job because that job was everything. I begged for that job. They didn't want to give me that job because it was kind of like, Brande, you're a little better than this, but I've never felt like I was better than others. I've always loved being a people person, being around what they call the least of us. I don't feel nobody is the least of anyone. And I loved working that job. I would get paid, what, $5.75 an hour at that time?
Oh, Lord. So, I remember them pay rates. I remember that.
That was back then. But I loved it. I loved working with all those people and just being amongst them. And that's what kept me grounded. That's what kept me real, so I never got too bougie. I may sing about being bougie, but my bouginess comes from success. It comes from struggle. It comes from keeping up and making sure you don't fall down too far. Now, we gonna fall, but don't get too far where you can't get back up, so that's
no, and I definitely agree with you on that bougie part, because you're far from bougie, to be honest, because even before I actually knew you, and like I was just looking at you and your life from the outside, I kind of thought, okay, oh my God, she's probably not going to like me. She's probably too bougie. She's probably going to think I'm ghetto, or she's going to think I'm this or this or that. And I'm like, oh no, she is normal just like me. She just, she understands the real life struggle. You might have a little money now, but you know what it's like to not come from money, and to go through those real life trials and tribulations and nothing. So yeah, I really did understand and grasp that vibe from you. And you are genuine and you connect with all people. You're not bougie in any way. You'll work with anybody. You give your opinion free-heartedly. You don't even charge for that.
Right.
Right nowadays you got bougie people even wanting to pay for a share. You're very supportive of everyone around you. And you're not bougie, even though you play as an actor in your music industry as bougie. The real you is far from bougie.
But my bougie is a little different. My bougie is like, I just want to get my hair done and keep my hair done. That's my form. Like, there's many forms and definitions of different words. But for me, bougie is like keeping my hair done, making sure that my mind is on point, making sure that I can be in any room. I have a different definition, period, when it comes to bougie.
Okay.
But yeah, like if I'm in a club, I'm going to be bougie, but really it's like I'm classy. I'm classy.
That is where I fit you. Yes, I feel you. I see classy in you way more. But I do see some bougie. Don't get me wrong. Your hair and stuff. But I don't call that bougie. I call that wanting to be well maintained and just taking care of yourself and putting you as a priority.
That's right.
Yeah, I feel like that's where it is. You put you put those things as a priority. And that's important in life, to give yourself that extra love, tender care, and just maintain and groom yourself.
Yeah, I have the best of clothes. Like, I don't own any name brand clothes. Like, I don't own name brand shoes or nothing. But one thing for certain, my hair, I'm going to make sure I'm decent by my hair got to be done. But I'm not into shoes and name brands and all this purses and all this stuff. My main thing is to keeping my body upright. I've been homeless before and stuff, so that is very important to me, to keep my hair together. Like, if don't nothing else be together, that's gonna be together.
My hair, always. Yeah, I need to get back to that type of life, because I'm like the complete opposite right now. My hair is so long, I've just been throwing it up in a bun because it's like down to my ass almost, and I've never had it this long, and I'm like, dude, who has time for who has time for this shit?
Yes, exactly. I know, but I gotta do it.
Yeah.
I gotta do it.
But I should get back to that. I'm gonna. If I don't take anything else from this particular podcast show, I'm gonna take that. I'm about to get back on my hair every day.
Right.
I like that. Well, I definitely want to tell everybody, it was a pleasure having you, and I want to tell them, where can we find you one last time for those
Okay.
who want to find you and listen to you or your book. I would kind of give a little bit of both real quick.
Okay. Well, you can find me on Instagram at the real Brande Patrice, Facebook Brande Patrice. I also have an official music page on Facebook where my music videos come out. It's called Brande Patrice Official Music. That's different from my Brande Patrice business page. And then I have my YouTube channel, which is official, which is Brande Patrice. Right now, you'll see it says the Be Experience because I am about to start performing every week for YouTube. And then we have the brandepatrice.com, which is www.brandepatrice.com. It's everything you need to know. The merch is there. The book is there. My Bad Bee official notebook is there. It's called Dream It, Write It, Pray It, Do It. It's the official Bad Bee notebook by Brande Patrice. It's there for sale. And I'm really not doing the Bad Bee cookies after February, but I'm going to see. I don't know yet. I got to line up. But other than that, on all social medias and digital platforms, I am Brande Patrice, Brande with the E, and then Patrice, Patrice. And that's pretty much it. You can Google me.
Yeah, and then I'll include most of those links in the bio with this so they can also just click on each one for each platform.
Sure.
As well. It makes it easier for everybody. But I look forward to following you in your career because I definitely think, I already know you made it, but I continue to see you traveling across the world and even out of the United States. And I definitely am excited to be a part of that journey, and I would love to have you back on in the future as you continue to grow, as you continue to drop new releases. Come on and keep up with us and tell us, inform us.
I'm excited. I'm so excited for you, Trisha, and your show, and being able to spin off and do your own thing and be a self-contained unit, a self-contained woman. So I am proud of you stepping out on faith and doing this and trying to link all this stuff together and bring people close together, whether it's through music, cannabis, whatever have you. It's all positive. It's all good. So, yeah, I'm proud of you as well.
Thank you so much. I don't hear that very often from people. Yeah, it's hard sometimes. We don't really realize who our true supporters are because we're just so busy working.
Yes, that's true. But let you know that
I appreciate
you have a supporter in Brande Patrice. You have a support system.
I love it. Thank you. And vice versa here, always. Once I seen and heard your music, I'm always gonna be like, I fell in love. I'm a fan from now until forever. I don't think I'll ever stop being a fan.
Oh, well, I'm glad. I'm so thankful.
It's just a blessing that I also have a friendship too, like with you. So that's like a bonus part, because not all people that we're fans of do we get like a personal relationship with. So I definitely take this experience to heart with you, and I love working with you, and you're always a pleasure and so bubbly.
Thank you. I'm trying to be. I love this. This is who I really am, and not confrontational or anything, just a bubbly person, and I'm trying to stay that. I want to stay that.
You're like, I'm trying to stay that. Yes. Well, until next time, everyone, thanks for joining the 420 Smoke Room. It was a pleasure having you, and I'll talk to you guys later.